Okay guys, we're back from Boyd Lake State Park, and here's the trout you saw us catch about 2.5 hours ago. Ronnie and I are going to put this together. We're going to make trout in foil. Here's a quick rundown of the ingredients. We've got Chardonnay right here. We've got some lemons, some orzo, which is already blanched. We've got garlic, red onion, squash, basil, cubed butter, and salt and pepper. Ronnie, how are we going to put them together?
Well, we're going to make a butter and wine and lemon reduction, and then we're going to go ahead and stuff the orzo and the squash and some of the basil and whatnot in the cavity of the trout there. And we're going to season it up and wrap it in foil and throw it on the grill. It's basically like we're poaching the fish, but we're doing it inside a foil as opposed to using like a poaching tray. We've made kind of a little canoe here that we're going to end up putting the trout in and kind of poaching everything inside.
Sure.
So we're going to go ahead and spray those with a little bit of oil. Then we're going to go ahead and salt and pepper that. Why don't you go ahead and do that, Chad?
I can handle that. And you want it on the skin, correct?
Yeah.
And so we'll give a little salt and pepper on the outside and in the cavities as well.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take trout and we're going to place it inside the little foil. We're going to take some of this orzo, and I'm just going to use my hands. And we're going to do a little bit of basil in there, and we're not going to be shy with the basil. Add a little bit more orzo. We're going to do some of these yellow squashes. Take a little bit of the lemon, and we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of lemon juice on there right now. Maybe a little bit more orzo. Looks like it could take a little bit more. And it's fine to kind of fill the whole foil as well. It doesn't all have to be right in the trout, Chad. Okay. Now we're going to take this. This is the wine and butter reduction.
Wine, butter, red onion.
Red onions. Just a little bit of garlic as well in there, and we've reduced that down probably by about half.
Okay.
As far as that goes. And we're going to just kind of pour that into the cavity there. And we're also going to just pour some of that into the foil.
Okay, and you want this to be as sealed as possible,
You do,
correct?
at this point, you do. And as we cook it, we'll open it at some point.
And look at it.
And look at it, and that'll help the juice inside reduce a little bit. But initially, we just kind of want it all sealed up.
Okay.
So there's one right there, and that's ready to go on the grill at that
That's
point.
a larger one, so let's go ahead and put that on. This is a Camp Chef grill box right here. It's sitting on the Somerset 4 stove.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and just put this on.
Put that right on there.
And that's going on direct heat like that.
Boom.
And, that, should take, depending on the size of the trout, anywhere from, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes. We'll probably start looking at it at about 10 minutes and open it up at that point, and maybe fork it a little bit with a fork to see if it'll flake off a little bit, and then just kind of dial it in from there.
All right, guys, so it's been about, what, 10 minutes?
10 minutes
about
or so.
10 minutes. This thing's still humming along between 350 and 400 degrees. We've kind of played with that a little bit. You're ready to check them. Let's check them?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull it open now.
So what are we looking for?
We're going to kind of pull the foil open.
And you can see it bubbling away in there.
What you really want to do is kind of just stick a fork in here in the back, in the thickest part.
And see if it'll flake.
And just kind of flake a little bit of it and see where you're at. And I can tell these need just a few more minutes, but they're getting close.
Really? So in 10, it's going to be less than 15 for sure.
Sure.
And these are going to be done at somewhere between 350 and 400 degrees the whole time. All right, so I'm looking at this right now, Ron. That's looking pretty good. Those are close. Now, we open the foil slightly, or relatively, and you're just trying to cook off some liquid at this point.
A little bit out with the juice that's inside there. Just reduce real quick, though. These are within minutes or a minute or two of being done.
Okay. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's what 3 hours on Boyd Lake jigging for trout looks like right there. Fantastic. The orzo is completely cooked. The squash is obviously completely cooked. The basil's cooked down, almost looks like spinach. What's the plan, Ron? Do we pull the skin or we pick right through it?
I kind of flake the meat off, sort of get the skin off and just get to the meat and just kind of mix it all together and eat it.
Well, it looks great. I think we should dig in there. I'll take some rib meat. Oh, look how nice it flakes right here. And that took about 15 total minutes of cook time.
Sure. That'll work?
Guys, guide trip with Ronnie Castiglione, you should do it. Not only can he help you catch the fish, he can tell you how to cook them as well. Dan Swanson as well. We want to give a quick thanks to Dan Swanson for his help this morning as well. Ronnie, that is great. If you want more information on all the products we use to cook this, campchef.com. Ronnie, we appreciate you taking us out and taking us on your bite. He's the guy that developed that bite. We just went along for the ride this morning and it worked really well. Finesse jigging's the way to go. We'll have this recipe on fishfulthinker.com pretty quick. You can book a guide trip with Ronnie or Dan on fishfulthinker.com as well. Hopefully you guys will join the conversation on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And most importantly, we hope you'll tune in and we'll see you next week.